What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turneau, with my co-host, Brian Limper. And as you probably already can hear, we're on the road.
Yep, this is
in the car,
driving
on
home
the road again.
The second day of KCON in Chicago.
Second day of KCON in Chicago.
And
we're on our way
boy,
back to Springfield.
Let me tell you, this one was lit.
Yeah, this was fun. If I had to pick which one I like more, I'm going to go with day two.
Day two was where it was at.
It was so fun.
And it may sound weird, but since we went to day one and went to day two, I kind of knew what to expect a little more.
Yeah.
So it was like a little more hyped up because I knew what was going to happen. You know, it wasn't like a mystery. So that was cool.
It definitely knowing, because they kind of kept the same structure as far as like what they did.
Pretty much, yeah.
It definitely, like, I don't know, it brought a different vibe into the whole thing, just for us, kind of knowing what's next. I don't know if it made it go faster or not, I'm not really sure, but
I feel like it kind of went by quick because I was waiting for certain things to happen.
yeah.
Kind of like when you're driving home, it kind of seems like it's going faster because you're looking for certain...
Yeah, like, oh, I'm here.
Because I remember last time, yesterday, well, it's 12:44, so 2 days ago.
2 days ago now, crazy.
It got to a certain point where all the groups went, like, man, that was like no time at all. What time is it? And it was like 7:45, 8 o'clock. And then today they got done and looked at it. I was like, oh, wow, it's already 8:15. Like, man, there's not much left going on here.
Yeah.
So definitely warped the time on it, in my opinion.
I think it just made everyone's time seem kind of shorter because we like knew what was coming next.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, well, we know after they do this one song, they're done.
Yeah.
Because before that, they'd do the song, we didn't know what was going on. We're like, okay, and then they'd like run off or do something else. I don't know. And
for anybody who didn't listen to our episode yesterday, the first day had BTOB, In Mix, and Gravity. And today's lineup was BTOB, StayC, and TO1.
Yeah.
And of course, TO1 we know nothing about.
No, we didn't know anything about those guys.
One song that they had previously, because I looked them up and listened to it. It was actually pretty sick.
It's a cool song.
I heard it too, I'm like, this is going to sound awesome live.
Yeah, it was.
But, yeah, that's who performed today. And we got there right in the nick of time, like always. It's probably, started at 7, probably got there like 6:55.
Yeah, we always like to get in.
Yeah, we
always like to get in just right. We don't want to wait too long. So we got in.
We don't got the knees for it anymore.
Yeah, we got there right in the nick of time. They like flicked the lights, letting us know that it was about to begin.
And then we went to our seat.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what happened. And then the show started, and everyone was freaking out because it like shows like little preview videos of like the group's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I've been to a lot of K-pop shows, but I don't know if anybody was as loud as everybody was when they saw StayC.
It was they were the main event.
StayC was like
they were the main event. They were what everyone wanted to see. And it's actually saying something because the crowd both nights was really great, but it was definitely like more intense this night because everyone wanted to see StayC.
Like
they were like the main prize fighter event. The like they were what everyone wanted to see. It just was, and you just knew it by the reactions. I mean, even 2 days ago, they won when they closed, and they were like, "Oh, tomorrow is blah blah," and they said StayC. The crowd erupted, and that was like no different today. It's like when it was StayC time, you knew that's like why everyone was there.
And also,
they wanted to see StayC.
It was way more packed today than it was.
I think there was a lot more people there today, which we kind of expected. We said that too, just because I feel like that was the StayC effect. I feel like people wanted to see StayC, so
and
it was so loud.
They came out first, like kind of like In Mix did yesterday.
Yeah, it was like the exact same
and
type
they did like
of
a
thing.
Little, like breakdance choreo thing to open up the show, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was cool. We got to see StayC first, and they opened things
and
up.
Everybody freaked out.
Oh, it was so loud. Everyone loved them.
And
it was really cool.
After that, TO1 came out, and they performed Son of a Beast, and then they played another song. I'm not sure what it was. I don't know a ton of their songs. Which I don't think I have very many.
I thought
And their little game they played, because we talked about yesterday, they played like games.
Yeah.
In between, like it's like a fan meet and greet kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was weird because they like switched up the games they played a little bit, and theirs was called Face Attack, and it was like two members partnered up, and they like shot their heads in the frame, like alternating, and I'm not really sure who won or what.
I'm going to be honest.
I don't know what was going on.
I'm going to be honest. I hope someone listens to this and knows what's going on, because I have no idea what that game was. I don't know what the objective was. They tried to just like put their head in the screen as fast as possible, but some guys didn't. No idea what that game was. But
I was completely lost.
Yeah, I was completely lost. I mean, it was kind of funny. They did funny stuff. We still had like the BTOB guys hosting. They kind of did the emceeing again.
Also, with the whole thing being in America, people speaking English, not 100% sure why Peniel didn't just do the entire show as a host. Because during that whole segment, this guy was like trying to write like, I don't know, like on-site subtitles. Like,
I'm not really sure what was going on with the subs, because I feel like yesterday they had some, and then it kind of tailed off, and the subs started to like mess up, or they didn't use them. But today there was really not a lot of sub effort.
Yeah, the subs were like very, very.
We didn't
few
really
and far
have
between.
any. So even during this game, we don't know what the objective necessarily was. We had like no subtitles, and they're all speaking Korean, obviously. So we're kind of like, Peniel, can you give us like a little update of what's going on exactly? Like, it was.
But then he'd like say random stuff, and I'm like, really, this is what you chose to like?
Yeah, I don't know. It was some points of the subtitles were better than others. I'll just keep it at that. And during their little game thing for 201, T01, it was not great. So that was a little confusing. That was a little bit confusing,
I don't know. I didn't understand that, but that was their game that they played. And then so it went Son of a Beast, their game, the next song that they played, and as Justin Discovery Day, they just had a very beautiful member.
Yeah, there's one guy. I was like,
you're not wrong.
I was like, wow, that guy's really good looking.
I don't know what his actual name was.
I have no idea either, but he was really good looking. They were, I mean, kind of like Gravity yesterday. I was impressed with these guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we were talking about it, like when we saw Gravity yesterday. That was the first boy group, really anything concert or music related in person.
Yeah, like
it was
the first concert with
in person.
Exactly.
And I will say, very impressed with even BTOB. Very impressed with all the boy groups. They're very energetic, very upbeat. Like they're really fun to watch. So I can only imagine like how sick going to see like Stray Kids or NCT.
Yeah.
Like a really big group. Because I bet it would be insane.
They really
even like 17, like Pentagon. Yeah, would be sick.
Definitely. BTOB's a little different, because they're like such veterans, but T01 and Gravity really they're really like the same, of like how they just like were so energetic, and like it's really like they're dancing.
It's like really,
they're like really high, like intense dance moves.
Yeah, boy groups have really hard, intense dance moves, like powerful dance. They're not wrong.
Yeah, no, they do, and like not that the girls weren't like energetic and stuff. It's just a different way do it. It's just a different way of like bringing that energy, and I thought the boy groups, all of them, did a really great job, and I was impressed with everybody. I thought everyone was pretty cool.
I was very impressed with the boy groups.
I thought the boy groups were really fun live. I thought the members were funny. The hijinks,
They're really goofy.
Yeah, the hijinks of like the group dynamic of everyone is always goofy. It's much like any K-pop group. But
I was thinking, like, so when we see girl groups, like they're funny too. But they're like more funny, like a cute, innocent, like, oh, I accidentally did this, or I'm shocked I did this kind of way. Where the boys are just kind of like goofy, like they just mess with each other.
Yeah, it is like that, and that's what like how these
goofing.
Yeah, exactly. That's how this was, and they're good. I was really impressed with all the boy groups that we saw. T01 and Gravity were definitely kind of similar in music style, I feel like.
I will say, T01, sick logo. I loved it.
Oh, it was really cool.
Like,
I really liked their first outfits they had with the, like, they kind of were all white, but then they had, like, Letterman jackets that were, like, with,
sick,
like, their logo on the back. They were, like, green.
Like
it was really cool. It was really cool. Always like when they have stuff like that, and they do, like, dance, and then they have, like, a jacket, and it just, like, flows around when they're, like, doing all their dance moves, but I thought they were cool. I really like the energy of T01, Gravity, and BTOB are just legends out there, so.
Then after that, they left, and people freaked out because StayC came on.
Oh my gosh. It was so
They opened up like a little intro dancing that was sick.
That was really cool.
And then they had they came out with Run to You, and oh my gosh, people lost their shit.
That first StayC Girls is going down.
Oh, everyone freaked out.
Everyone screamed so loud, I thought the building was gonna fall on us. It like shook the ground.
And then
They have like a ton of like star power. I was
really
very impressive, just like how like big they already are, and you're like, whoa, like this is a big deal. Like what we're watching is a big deal. Like they are.
I was telling Justin
big.
earlier that in terms of like time to popularity for groups, that they're just as popular, if not more, than any group that I've ever seen at this point in their careers.
I mean, it's just they're doing a really great job, and like we said, we knew that they were the main thing. They were like the main feature of KCON in Chicago.
And
It's
they
like
did
everyone.
not disappoint.
That's why there was more people on the second day than the first day. And man, they did not disappoint. They were awesome.
And then their little game that they played was the emoji game.
They did the emoji song game.
Where you like they basically put up a list of emojis, you have to guess what the songs are, and you have to dance to them. So that was a fun treat.
Every time, pretty much whenever StayC did anything, it was very sad when it was over.
And also,
I just wanted to keep going.
I will say, I know everyone's been waiting for this, but we had our EXO sighting that we knew was going to happen eventually.
Yeah, we knew
And they
it.
danced to Call Me Baby.
Yep.
And then their second song they did was so bad.
Yeah.
And, so, I forgot. So, Peniel and Yukwon were still the hosts of the show.
Legendary host.
And then there was a member from TO1, I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then there was a member from StayC who was Sion, and she spoke like perfect, flawless English.
Her English was really good, and she had kind of like a sassy tail end to it.
And she's like just the most adorable voice
the
ever.
greatest. Really just love StayC.
So she did a lot of talking for StayC.
Yep.
She was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, they did so bad, everyone was super hyped for that. Then they left.
Oh my gosh.
Then the real Kings came back.
Then we had the reincarnation of what we saw the night before.
Yep.
Of BTOB again.
With the song. They came out with that.
And that's what they did yesterday.
And then, if you guys listened last night, or I keep saying that, 2 days ago, or whatever, their game they played was like a guessing relay game where like someone would act out what a song title was.
Yeah, it was like charades.
But then the other people had to guess it in an order. They switched places. Well, that was a train wreck yesterday.
Yeah, it didn't go bad because they picked people from the crowd, and one of the people they picked yesterday, or day one, didn't know one. They got
and then
zero.
Today, they kind of tried to make it better, and it really just was still not great.
They brought more people. They brought more people on the stage.
They brought 3 people up.
Yeah.
And then it was the 3 people there, and then the 3 members of BTOB that were chosen, and they're the ones that danced out the songs, and the people that got brought on the stage guessed what they were. That's really all it was. There was no contest. Like
yeah, I didn't really get it, so I guess there was no teams this time. They just were like, play a game with BTOB, essentially.
But the important part was, one of the people they brought up was like this little girl. I think her name was like Wani or Winnie or something like that.
Yeah, she was just a little tiny, like, little Asian girl.
She'd be like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
she wasn't very old.
She was not very old.
And she was like really embarrassed and stuff. And she's like, they're like, she doesn't want to dance by herself unless her dad comes out here.
It's literally like the most sweet thing.
So everyone started chanting, and her dad came out of the crowd and went on stage with her, and she like hid behind him.
Yeah, and like everyone, I mean, she really like won the crowd over.
Josh was like crying.
Yeah.
Like he does.
They like asked her name, she didn't say anything, I just started clapping.
Yeah,
everyone started clapping. I was like, I got that going for her. But it was really fun, it was really sweet. The BTOB members really,
they're goofy, they do what they do. First off,
they really loved her.
All I gotta say is, there's no controlling BTOB, okay? Like, they're the wildest dudes and just do whatever they want.
They're just goofy.
Yukwon is like the craziest guy ever.
He's awesome. He was the best, honestly.
He's so funny. He was so energetic today.
He was like the energetic host, and Peniel was like the I'm just here so I don't get fined host.
Pretty much.
But yeah, he was hilarious.
Then they performed another one of their songs. I still don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So we had an awesome giveaway ticket we gave to one of our friends in our Discord because she happened to be in the area.
Yep.
Nikki, shout out to you. It was fun hanging out with you. Hopefully we can hang out
again. Thanks for winning the competition and getting our free ticket giveaway.
Discord perks. Come join the Discord.
Yeah, you can get KCON tickets.
So she came. She was like a super big fan of Inhyuk.
Yeah.
And so he was on, and she like freaked out. It was awesome.
It was.
It was very precious. She was super excited.
She was so excited.
So I'm glad I could make that dream.
I love seeing people's dreams come true before their eyes. So
and we literally witnessed it happen.
It was a proud moment for us.
It was funny because I asked her afterwards, like, did you have fun? Like, did you like seeing BTOB? She's like, I got way more excited for Mini Hook than I thought I was going to. I was like, I know, I saw it.
That's how you know it worked. That's how you know it.
So that was great. But yeah, so she joined us. That was fun. And then we also went with Zeg and Josh, 2 guys from our Discord were there with yesterday.
Yep, we ran it back.
So that was fun. So then, yeah, B2B showed up, did their thing. And then after that, we had another little boy dance group, like breakdown thing. And that was like TO1 came out. That was sick.
That was cool.
And then they segued to them, and it was Zukwang and KCON. And they like would talk to LA again. And this time it was not terrible.
This
kind of.
My gosh. On day 1, when they tried to do like the live connection thing to the LA watch party, whatever, it was horrible. It literally didn't work. It like didn't work, and they had to cut it short. But yeah, this time it did work.
Kinda, yeah.
It was kind of awkward. They like talked to like the lady who's the host over there, and then 2 random people I don't even know who they were. Like I get what they're trying to do, and just like hype up KCON for LA, which they don't really need to hype it up because everyone's already excited, but I definitely don't think they like needed this part, but it's just part. I don't know. At least they like talked to him this time. It was
I don't know. It's kind of
whatever.
Weird. But that happened, and then after that happened, we got to this. Basically, I'd say like the second part of the show.
Yeah, like the second act type thing.
And that was TO1 came back out and they performed No More X, which is a song I heard before. And
yeah,
it was freaking
that was
sick.
cool. That song's really good.
So that was awesome. Then they performed another song. Don't really know what it was.
I didn't really like that song that much.
No,
the one where they had like it was like the desert western background
like a weird
type thing.
Western Spanish type of feel to it.
I will say I was not a big fan of that one.
But they performed that, and then they picked their little picture, which one was the best.
Yeah, they did the artist picture thing, and see who won.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, sure. So
yeah, it's a fun
they
little
did that.
game. Fun little
It's kind of a way to help the fans get involved.
Sure.
Then StayC came back, of course, and people flip shit.
Yes.
Like you should.
It was awesome.
And StayC performed, was it Stereotype?
I think so, yeah.
So they performed Stereotype, and then after Stereotype, they went into ASAP. And my gosh, the bass in ASAP hit so different. I was literally like recording it on my phone.
Yeah.
And when they first go into the chorus part, like the bass would shake my phone like while I was holding it. Like
it was
crazy.
like the performance of KCON was ASAP. It was like the best.
And then they went and picked their little photo thing and disclaimer. Zeg made one while we were like doing stuff today, and it was sick. But it didn't even get chosen, probably because it looked like it's too professionally done.
Yeah, it was too good. We decided, so we did not make the top 3, but that's okay.
But I will upload it to our Instagram if you want to see it, because it was beautiful.
Yeah, we made we have our own Kpop Kimchi, StayC Chicago KCON Polaroid type thing. Yeah, so print that off and hang it up in your room.
So come check us out at Kpop Kimchi 101 if you want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I still think it's sick. I kind of want it as a poster just to hang
I
up
think
on.
I'm going to print it off, honestly, and like put it in a little frame or something, just because like it's technically like our, well, he made it, but it's like our design.
True.
Like that's not anyone else's design, so
that was
it has like our
cool.
logo on it. So that was cool. We didn't make top 3, whatever. Better luck next time.
Then B2B came back out. Also, forgot to mention that the coolest part was when StayC came out. They literally like came out in the crowd and they were like partying with the crowd while they were singing the song.
Man, I saw a girl like faint.
Literally, she did.
Just because I used to talk to her.
I will say it's crazy. There's a lot of fan interaction between the fans and the.
Oh my gosh, the like middle layer of like fan section
like in between
in the
first
crowd.
front rows.
You just got so much. I mean, they were right there, dancing, performing, singing, like
high fiving or in their videos, and
like
selfies.
That
and
was
stuff.
like the craziest thing. Those videos have to be so crazy, but good for all those fans.
Well, B2B came out. They performed another song. I have no idea what it was. But it was like one we didn't hear last night, so that was
yeah,
cool.
They actually did do a different song.
Then they did their little photo thing, and they picked one that, of course, was them all literally dressed up as a Chicago
They all
Bulls.
had Bulls jerseys on, of course.
So that was sick. And the lady or girl, whatever, actually might have been a guy, I don't know, who made it was in the crowd in like the second row seats. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So that was cool. Good for her, him, whatever.
Yeah.
And And then they did their last song, supposed to close it out, like, oh, psych, we're closing. And it was the same song that they performed to Shut It Down last night.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember what it was. I can tell you.
It has some, it has some chairs. It has some mic stands.
There's one that was weird because like brought stands out for it, but I'm like, why? Like, you don't even use them.
They like barely sit in the chairs, but they.
Let's see if I can find
they
it.
used them, but it was exactly the same as Lads. They did a lot of similar stuff to yesterday.
I think it was Missing You. I could be wrong, but I think it was called Missing You.
I wouldn't be surprised if that song was called Missing You. So.
And actually, the song was sick.
It's really not bad.
I actually like it, especially when like Peniel raps. And Peniel said his family was in the crowd.
Yeah.
He's a hometown Chicago native. Chicago's angel, as he said.
The number one son of Chicago is Peniel. Everyone knows that.
So that was sick. I'm glad his family could come see him and know what he was doing for the last 10 years of his life.
Yeah. I wonder if they knew he was even an idol.
Well, I mean, I don't even know how long how many times people got a chance to see him live. To be honest with you.
Yeah. And he's like in his hometown. That's perfect. Perfect.
And then they were like super hyped. Yukwang like was literally going nuts and like wiping his sweat off on towels and throwing him into the crowd.
Yeah, because they had some like t-shirts at the end that they kind of threw out, and then like he was like brought out a whole stack of towels, wiped his face, threw it in the crowd.
It was crazy.
He's really living it up. What was he? The Silver
Light.
The Silver Light is like his nickname that we all cheered for.
He had just like so much energy. He was like free.
He was awesome. He was a great host. Why is he not like the Weekly Idol host? I don't know. He probably was at one point.
Him and like Lee Tug should be the host of like shows.
Yeah, they'd be super fun.
But that was like the end of like I guess part 2. Then part 3 happened, and like StayC came out, and they performed a song by Olivia Rodriguez. I don't really know.
I had no idea what it was.
Don't know what the song was, but the crowd
loved it. Everyone sang word for word, but my gosh, I was lost, and I was like, I don't know what this is.
And then it was like, I honestly don't remember if anyone else performed any of the songs after that. But then everyone just got super hyped for the end finale when all of the members of all the groups like went to that second row and were going to the crowd and dancing to That by Side.
Oh, yeah, just like they did night one, we ended things perfectly with That by Side. To all the groups going nuts. We had so much confetti.
Like, I mean, I didn't realize how much confetti they shot. Until I looked at the ground and you couldn't even see the floor because there was so much confetti on the ground.
Dude, so much confetti on the ground.
It was sick.
It was ridiculous. You couldn't see the ground because there was so much confetti. We had even like confetti pieces up where we were in the balcony. And that was just like the most perfect ending song ever because it's just super fun. Everyone's running around, jumping. It was like a perfect way to close out the show and close out KCON. I mean, they did it both nights, so.
And honestly, overall, for being just 3 groups each night, for being like a little KCON, it was freaking sweet.
I thought they did a really, really, really awesome job.
Especially since
we saw like B2B both nights, it didn't seem like.
Also, if seeing B2B on back-to-back nights performing almost the exact same set list isn't worth $1,200, I don't know what it is.
Those guys,
different vibe to the other boy groups, but my gosh, they are great live.
They, I mean,
they sound awesome.
They're really great singers. Like, I'm not going to deny that.
And really great showmen.
They're just really funny.
It's weird because I think we've talked about it in other episodes, but like if you watch them on variety shows, they're like the goofiest, funniest guys, but the music is the complete opposite of what you think they're like as people.
Yeah. They're just super serious, super like heartfelt songs, and then right when the song is done, they're like messing with each other.
The funniest thing ever,
goofing off.
They're all like facing backwards, and they had like a fan cam on Yukwang.
Yeah.
And he like turned his head slowly, and all he was doing was mouthing B2B.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was the best ending.
I was dying.
Ever.
It was so funny.
It was hilarious, man.
But yeah, so that was pretty much the second day. And if I had to sum up on my final thoughts, first one is much more respect for boy groups live because they bring the pain. Like,
really,
I mean, they're sick
love
live.
it. Love the energy. Very high energy the whole time.
Going to a whole boy group show, like I said, like Stray Kids or like an NCT or like really anybody, even like a Big Bang would be sick. I can only imagine how awesome, honestly, the BTS ones would be if you go see BTS live.
Yeah, they just bring that energy. It was just impressive. I was impressed with I was impressed with Gravity. I was impressed with TO1.
And then second thoughts, StayC, everything I hoped it would be. I know we talked before. We didn't start out as huge StayC fans, but we slowly really got into them.
I think we definitely put the icing on the cake of like.
They're so good live. I loved it. I just want to go through StayC.
I always like now. Yeah, I know. I just want more. Every time they were done, I'm like, please come back on stage. I always feel like now at the point of us being fans, since we've been fans for a while now, and we're starting to actually see a lot of our favorites kind of like ride off into the sunset, I'm always kind of like, man, like, who are going to be the groups that lead us into the future of like still being K-pop fans if we are? And I think tonight kind of like solidified. It was like, okay, StayC's a good person to kind of like root for because they're awesome. They've only been around a couple years and they're just like superstars. Like they're great. I just want more StayC.
My other thought on StayC is since we got into them, my favorite member or our intern bias person was like CN. I was really into her. But I think after tonight, my favorite member is Sumin.
There you go.
Like she was like adorable and awesome, and she has a really great laugh, and she was just
nothing like really figuring out your bias in person. I mean,
like
how many people get to do that?
She was like, she did it for me tonight. Like it was awesome. She was awesome.
It was.
I think Sumin is.
They're so
I think
cool.
she's my bias.
I just want them to have their own tour, and I want to go watch them again because they were excellent. They were perfect.
So StayC's awesome. TO1 was awesome. And then we come to BTOB, who really just decided to come out with the song as their opener and just shut down the court.
They are
in basketball terms.
They are the greatest showmen.
They really are.
As a whole.
You'd be sick seeing them in the actual greatest showman.
Yeah, those guys. I don't think they could do anything wrong.
Also, much more respect for vocalists and like vocal performances.
Yeah,
because they have very little choreo. I have no idea what their songs are. I know a lot of them are ballad and slower songs, not what I'm used to like seeing. But my gosh, did BTOB put on a great show and were they awesome both nights?
It is impressive. I was thinking it is impressive with the slower choreo, like ballads, that in the limited movements they kind of have, they still like fill up the stage because they're not just like standing there. They're like still moving in a way that like fits the song. You know, I did think that was pretty good. Like they still like have choreo, but it fits the song so well. But they're not just like standing because it's like a slow song. So no, I was impressed with. I mean, I was pretty much impressed with everyone.
Yeah, I will say, it's been a while since I've really got to do anything. But out of all my experiences doing stuff, this is definitely one of the more enjoyable ones that I've had.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time in a while we've done anything that was like a thing that was more than one day. So it was like back-to-back days. So
yeah, we've never really done that before. This was the first K-pop concert we'd been to since Everglow.
And really the only experience we had
that was
something
years
like
ago.
That was when Warped Tour was in St. Louis, and then the next day it was like in Chicago.
Yeah, we've never done a thing like this before.
But that was kind of like related, but not really related, you know?
Yeah. But
I don't know. It was sick. I loved it. It's fun hanging out with our Discord friends.
It was everything about it was fun.
Come join our Discord. Come be one of our friends. Come hang out with us.
Honestly, just really pumped too to just be back like with a like super lit crowd. That was fun.
Yeah,
just, like everyone being super excited about like the same thing and loving everyone and all that stuff. So
also very shocked how many fans there were for TO1 because the fans were freaking out for them.
Yeah, them and I mean BTOB.
Also, BTOB has like the craziest fan base ever. Like, there's like so many people that are there just to see BTOB.
It's crazy because those fans were so wild for them, but then it just showed how crazy the people were for StayC too. Like, just like that much more. Everyone got a lot of love, honestly. Like, everyone got a lot of love.
All the groups, all the idols from both days should really go home feeling good about themselves because I mean they really got a lot of love.
They did a really great job and only got people to love them more. So it was great. I'm really happy we got to go to both days too. I think that was like really fun.
Very fun. Wish I could have seen BTOB a third time in a row, but you know.
It's too bad KCON's not tomorrow with BTOB and then two other random people. But
they decided to have as friends. I'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm down for more BTOB anytime. But yeah, that was KCON. It was awesome.
Fun experience.
The KCON premiere, I give it an A.
I said before on last night's episode. Oh, I keep saying it. 2 days ago.
I just say day one.
Day one's episode. I wasn't sure what to expect. So I wasn't super excited. Way more excited today. Definitely lived up to everything I thought it was going to be. And if you went to see it, hit us up. We'd love to talk to you about it. If you didn't see it, go to YouTube, look up the videos because they were awesome.
Yep. Check it out. Go stay in the grooves, and we'll see.
Hopefully we can go to like LA, the big one.
Maybe if we
can
have a miracle, we can go to like the hub of KCON in LA to see who's going there and see what's going on. I don't know. I want more KCON for sure. So
I want more StayC.
I just want a StayC tour after that.
I want more BTOB.
Yeah, let's just do it. Whatever. But I think that does it for the KCON premiere. Chicago in the books. 2 days. Wrapped it up.
And for those who are wondering, we made it home safe.
We
broke the curse.
We literally just made it home at 1:13 a.m. Perfect time to record. We're going to watch Queendom tomorrow, or later today, technically, and get that up. Yeah, it's been a busy K-pop weekend, but that's okay.
It really
it's the
is.
best
It's
kind
fun.
of weekend.
It's been, like I said, it's been one of the more enjoyable weekends I've had in a long time.
It has. I haven't got to do anything like this in a long time.
It's like a nice little vacation. It was a busy one, but it was fun.
It was. But that'll wrap it up. Until then, we'll see you guys next week or whenever our next podcast comes out.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. I'm JT. He's Fall Girl. We are the K-pop Kimchi Podcast, and we love you guys. Peace.
Yeah. 시간은 앞으로만 가는 걸 어째 그동안 난 아무것도 이룬 것이 없네